This is Village School Teacher Training Series. So our goal today is to get you comfortable enough so that you use one of the most powerful tools you're going to find in Edline. And that is the ability to assign interactive activities to your students. Now, what do I mean by interactive? Well, to put it in the simplest words possible, an interactive activity is a task that has been designed and assigned by you, the teacher, to your students, and that they will complete in front of their computers. The program will grade it automatically, and it will also include the graded work inside your Grade Quick file. And yes, you heard right. The program will indeed grade the task and send the results to your Grade Quick file. No grading needed for this activity. The designing of the task will definitely be what takes you the longest. But after you finish designing it, you are practically done. Here's how this works. You're going to log into your Edline account. You will then proceed to click on the class and section that you want to assign the interactive activity to. Now that you are there, you'll need to decide what type of activity you're about to design. This is just so that you include it in the right folder under your Contents menu. I'll choose the Assignments folder since I'm going to use this task only to measure how well my students have understood the topic and whether or not they're actually ready for a quiz. Once inside the Assignments folder, I'm going to hover over the right-hand corner of the assignment title bar, and you'll notice two icons will become visible to you. One is a pencil and the other is a plus sign. For the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to click on the plus sign. And now the What type of item would you like to add window will pop up. We have a section on interactive learning, as you can see, and this is where we will focus our attention today. All of them practically work the same way, so if you get to master one of these, then you can actually handle all of them. We'll click on Interactive Assignment. And the first thing I'm going to do is give my activity a title. If you wish to, you could include a brief summary of the activity for students to read. We now assign a date to the activity. Think of this as the day when students are to do the activity. You now have the option of adding other grades and sections to this same task. In this case, I will not touch this, since I'm only interested in getting results for this specific grade and section. And now comes the Setup section. This is where you will design your activity. So let's just click on the Build My Interactive Assignment icon, and this will take you to the Interactive Assignment Builder section. Here, on the top of the page, you can set up the type of font you would like to use, the size of the font, and the amount of points per question. Normally, you will only play around with the default points per question and leave the other options as they are. Now it's time to begin designing your task. When it comes to adding items to your interactive activity, you have two options to choose from. You can create each item from scratch using the Add Item drop-down menu and choosing the type of question you wish to create. Or you could also import two types of questions: multiple choice questions and the short type answer question. As of today, Edline does not allow you to import any other type of question to your interactive activity. It is also important to mention that the option to import questions will only be available on this initial screen. After you have created any item into your interactive activity, the option to import will no longer be available. So let's take a look at how to import your multiple choice and short type answer questions. I have prepared a set of 5 questions for you to clearly understand what the format needs to be in order to have Edline import your questions without any problem. Here's a document that includes 4 multiple choice questions and 1 short type answer. You may mix both type of questions when you are importing, and Edline will recognize each accordingly. I have messed a little with the margins just to clear up that they are not really important to this process. You may also type your questions with or without any blank spaces in between. So all you need to do is type your questions on a word processor just like you would any other normal activity. In order to let the program know which is the answer you need to be marked as correct, all you need to do is add an asterisk symbol to the left of the corresponding letter. Important note here, questions need to have a number at the beginning with a period or a right parentheses following it. And your multiple choice options must have a letter at the beginning with either a right parentheses or a period following it. This is how Edline recognizes what a question is and what is a possible answer. As far as the short type answer questions, all you need to do is write the question and that's it. Now we're going to copy the entire set of questions and we'll go back to Edline and click on the Import Questions icon in order to get access to the validation page. Here, all you need to do now is paste the set of questions you copied earlier and then proceed to click Validate. There you have it. The question successfully validated message will now show on your screen. Should your format have any problems such as a missing number or letter, or even a misplaced parentheses or period, then the program will let you know exactly where the problem is. After Edline validates your question, then all you need to do is click the Done button, and now you'll notice your 5 questions have been automatically imported into your interactive assignment builder. Just to verify that everything has been imported as expected, I can click on the Edit button below each question in order to make sure that everything is according to what I want. Another quick note here. You may import as many questions as you wish to using the Import Questions tool within Edline. The only condition is that it will let you do it only once per activity. Now just click Save and Return to get back to building your activity. As you can see, now the Import Questions icon is gone and I can no longer import any more questions. Let's now take a look at the rest of the possibilities that Edline provides for you as far as possible items within your specific activity. One thing that I noticed missing right after importing my questions is that with every activity, there should be instructions at the beginning of the activity in order for students to understand exactly what is expected of them. So let's do that now. I'm going to open the Add Item drop-down menu. I will now choose the very last option, the Plain Text Item option, and I will change the position to be the first position, since this will be the first thing I want my students to see. I now click Add Now, and Edline will now give me the chance to type any instructions I wish to give my students prior to them going into the first question. I now click on Save and Return, and on position number 1 of my activity, you can now see the instructions being provided to the students. So now my activity has a total of 6 items. You can have as many items as you wish to the interactive assignment. At your disposal, you have 7 different types of questions that you can include in your activity. These are pretty self-explanatory and easy to manage. Students can also attach a document for you to check. You can also attach a document for students to download and turn it into you. After you click Done, you'll be taken back to the Activity Manager. And here, a couple of things still need your attention. You can choose whether or not students can access their work after submissions or whether or not they can edit it. Edline will provide you with the option of submitting feedback for your students. You may choose whether or not it will be displayed to each user. Should you choose to allow users to see their grade and feedback, then the option of Yes, View Only should be chosen. Then one of my favorites, Sync with Gradebook. Should you choose Yes, this option will automatically send the grades to your Gradebook file. You may also choose to receive an email with detailed results for each submission of your activity. And under Responses are anonymous, normally you'll choose Yes only when you're doing a survey of some kind where students' names are not really important. Otherwise, you should always choose No. And finally, the Responses field. Here, you'll be able to manage the specific moment the activity becomes available for students to begin working on it. Without you clicking the Allow Interactive Assignment Submission icon, the activity will remain idle and won't show up in each of your students' Edline pages. You'll normally choose to click this icon right before the activity is to take place. You can also prevent students from doing the activity by clicking the Prevent Interactive Assignment Submission icon. Total control at the click of a mouse. Here, you have some other possibilities such as viewing student responses, response status by user. You can email all non-submitters, and here is the option for grading and feedback. Why grading, do you ask, if Edline checks everything automatically? Well, this is only in case you have a type of item that Edline is not capable of grading and will need you to check. Some examples would be an essay and open-ended responses.